All right, so Liam, this is just some feedback on the three tasks that you just gave me. I haven't had a look at them yet. Um, so here we go. The first one, the stimulus is religion pervades intensely the whole frame of society and is according to the temper of the mind in which it inhibits. So you're saying, with reference to that quote, explain. So I'm looking for cause and effect. The role religion has played in shaping society. Played, so in the past, and we could probably say in the present, in shaping society. So it's not necessarily just religious, but what it does to secular society as well. Religion pervades intensely as it encaptures the whole frame of society, shaping it to be what it is today. Okay, so you've used the quote and you're answering the question, so that's good. Good start. Religion inhibits within the shaping of society through the teaching of Norse mythology and Christianity. So you spoke about Norse mythology and Christianity. We just have a look at your use of the term inhibits there. Because if something inhibits, it sort of stops or creates a barrier around. So I'll work with you on just that sentence there, how it's used. So now you go into your example. Through Norse mythology, teachings of how the world was created impacts with society via the way it expresses the importance of the land and the meanings it withholds, which indirectly affects how society interoperates and accepts the creation of the earth. That's a really good sentence, mate. You've gone straight into Christianity here. I notice we don't have a concrete example there about how the creation impacts on what we have with the earth today. So what you would need is a concrete example there, talking about or Sut or whatever the other gods are there. Maybe Thor, speaking about how Thursday is derivative of Thor. So even through the creation, still that Norse mythology impacts on society today. So you need a concrete example in there. Christianity affects the role religion played in shaping society, as that doesn't really make sense. As due to its beliefs, multiple public holidays are implemented to take time in order to acknowledge such events like Jesus' death. There's a concrete example. It's just a bit convoluted, that first sentence. I think I know what you're trying to say, but you haven't necessarily said it. This impacts society as it takes people away from their jobs and workplaces, ultimately disrupting daily structures within the shaping of society. All right, we need to do some work on the word inhibits, because we're seeing it as, you're writing about it as if it's a negative thing, when rather the term that it's being used for as a stimulus is more just how it puts restrictions around and then shape. So we'll work on that, but you'd probably get a 3 out of 5 for that, mainly because you need those. It's a bit convoluted and you need some concrete examples. All right, stimulus 2. This is the Aboriginal dot painting of the lizards or goannas. With reference to the image, describe connections. So I'm looking just for a description of connections, more than one, between Aboriginal people and the land. So we're looking for more than one connection between Aboriginal people and the land. The Indigenous people of Australia have an inextricable connection to land. Good. The stimulus represents the animals Aboriginal people found important to them or their tribe. Good. So you're making distinctions there through their use of dot painting and art. Okay. So you've referenced the stimulus there, answered the question. Animals are seen as of great importance to the Aboriginal people as they provide food and clothing, which is significant due to the nomadic nature of the Indigenous Australians and their connection to the land. That's a really good background piece of information there that you don't necessarily need, but makes you sound like you know what you're talking about there by adding in that simple, it's only 3 words, but strengthens that sentence a lot. The image also represents the animistic spirits, fantastic, in which the elders possess afterlife on earth. That's a really good sentence. The inextricable connection between the Aboriginal people and the land sees elders reincarnate to become the spirits and souls of the natural resources such as river systems and weather patterns. Aboriginal people have an inextricable connection to the land where they can't be taken out of it and it can't be taken out of them. That's a 5 out of 5 every day of the week for a described question. Okay, the next stimulus is the land is the starting point to where it all began. It is like picking up a piece of dirt and saying, this is where I started and this is where I will go. With reference to that quote, identify the importance, so show the importance of the dreaming for Aboriginal people. The dreaming is of great importance to Aboriginal people as it explains the origins and symbolic nature of the land and passes on knowledge to future members to particular tribes. Okay, so you've made distinction in there, really good, and you've said the importance of the dreaming, so you've answered the question. The land is believed to be the starting point and the place Aboriginal people will return to which further heightens the importance of the stories, maybe IES, I think, including how different landforms or natural materials were created, along with their EIR symbolic meanings. Aboriginals painted their dreaming through different, capital D, through different art forms such as body art, cave paintings, and bark paintings, each with a connection to the artist's land. Okay, good. So you're showing the importance for a particular Aboriginal person, and you're making the distinction, showing that there's diversity amongst Aboriginal people. Stories, IS, of dreaming, capital D, such as the eagle and the crow, are told to implement morals within particular Aboriginal tribes, as the stories of dreaming not only help them understand the origins, but the meanings and themes they possess. Good. You'd probably strengthen this by giving a particular tribe, giving that a name, to help strengthen that. Aboriginal people view the dreaming as of high importance due to the knowledge and symbolic meanings the dreamings possess. All right. So you've got some really good stuff in there. You'd probably just want to clean it up a bit. It's probably sitting at a 4 out of 5, but it could easily be a 5 out of 5. Well done, mate.